Day. I hope you're well. How is your Sunday? Oh, sorry. I hope you can hear me. I'm not sure if I put the mic in. 1 minute. BlaXit family, BlaXit family, BlaXit family. If you're here, let me know you're here. If you can join us, let me know that you can join us on this lovely Sunday. I'd like to say thank you to our mod, who is Caffrey, who is moderating today's live. So I can see there's one thumbs up, but I can't see anyone in the comments section. Let me know if you can see and hear me, please. Just let me know if you can see and hear me. Okay, Madofa Africa, greetings. You can see and hear me loud and clear. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining BlaXit this week. I got a little bit of the sniffles, so you have to excuse me. All right, I apologise. Hello everyone, and Willie Rivers. Oh, you can see and hear me. Thank you so much for confirming. How are you all? Welcome to BlaXit. BlaXit family, BlaXit family, BlaXit family. BlaXit family, BlaXit family, BlaXit family. Yeah, I'm in that kind of mood, keeping myself feeling cheery, and welcoming you all into the BlaXit family community today. So if you are new to BlaXit, I can see there's some veterans here. Willie Rivers, you are a veteran from day one, A1, day one BlaXit family member. Welcome. And also to you, Madi Africa, greetings and thank you for joining us today. Also to Kingdom 9736, thank you for joining as well. Thank you so much for confirming that you can see and hear me. And I hope you are enjoying your weekend, and thank you for taking time out of your lovely weekend to join this Sunday's live stream. And as per usual, we have conversation and you lead that conversation. So usually these questions are led by you, okay? These sessions are led by your questions. They're led by your comments, okay? And topics which have sometimes led on from topical things that are happening either via social media or sometimes politically, or sometimes triggered by historical dates, things that are happening historically, and why it's important for us to remember them. So there's a number of triggers that we have in this live that make this live happen. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to answer one of the questions off the top, okay? Because someone asked me something about my attire, so I want to answer that. But let me explain to you about BlaXit and what BlaXit is. If you are new here and you're thinking, BlaXit, what is BlaXit? BlaXit is BlaXit, and it is the exit of us. Yeah. And when I say black person, I'm talking about melanated people. I'm talking about us who are the original people, okay? I'm talking about us who have originated from Africa, okay? And so whether you're male or female, I'm talking about us. If you're black, you're an African. That is the context in which BlaXit is coming from. And the exit is us leaving the so-called white countries, the West, and coming back to the best, and that is Africa. So BlaXit is all about your repatriation, relocation back to your nation, and that is Africa. And it's all about your mind emancipation, based on, of course, the Garveyite principle of us all returning to the place where we should have been because we were taken by force, okay? We were stolen, we were human trafficked in the worst war in the world, which was, of course, the war on us black people during the epoch of what they called slavery, what we now know to be a war on Africans, because it hasn't stopped, okay? it hasn't stopped. So BlaXit is about not just my journey. So as you can detect from my accent, I was born in the UKKK, and I was born in London, in England, and I was born into a family where my father was very Pan-Africanist and very pro-African, and so the ideology about Africa being a free place, being a wonderful place, was something that was seeped inside me, especially through music, with my father having the ideology of Rastafarianism. And so that is something that I really wanted to explore. So at the age of 22, I went to Africa to see what it was like. And I was absolutely shocked because I realized that they've been lying to us, you know. And that was over 32 years ago now. But I decided at that time, at the tender age of 22, that Africa was going to be my permanent home. And so I traveled to different locations in Africa. And when I came to Gambia, I realized that Gambia was the place. This was over 50, what would be 15 years, on the 26th of November. I realized that, 15 years ago, on the 26th of November this year, that Gambia would be the location of choice, for a number of reasons. Firstly, Gambia as a country is quite a small country compared to many other African nations. Secondly, the people here are phenomenal. They're wonderful, they're warm, they're hospitable, they're loving, they're caring. Very, very lovely people. And I think the people make the place, you know. And it wasn't like just transactional. It wasn't a financial thing. It was a heartfelt thing. And so that was really important to me. Secondly, the beauty, the natural beauty here is awesome. It is so beautiful. And it's also very abundant, like fruit wise and so on, which is like my favorite thing. I love mangoes, and mangoes are very abundant here. So the people, the nature, the environment, and the ease at which you could fit in, because obviously coming from England, I wasn't speaking Mandinka, I wasn't speaking Wolof, I wasn't speaking Fulani, I wasn't speaking any of the languages. So the fact that they spoke English really well here really helped me to make that all important transition. And the thing is that because I've been to other African countries, that had given me a lot of insight into Africa and African culture. And the other thing that I loved above everything else, I mean, except for the people, was the culture. Love the culture. Oh my days. I realized that, like, we had really been stolen. Our language had been stolen. Our culture had been stolen. Our land had been stolen. So what did I do? I bought a piece of land. Well, I bought 3 actually initially. I bought 3 pieces of land. I started to land bank straight away. And then when I came, I started to, I started building before I came. But I started the main house properly, like when I came to live permanently. So that's the background. That's my story. When I first came, I ran a shop. I did what they call rabba rabba. I was buying and selling, you know, and settling in. So let me just say hello to you, okay? Thank you, King Solomon, as well. Thank you for joining us. And also Vanilla, is that Vanilla Wrath? 598, falling from Ohio. Okay, so you're talking about Ohio. I Show Speed has made Ohio very famous recently. So greetings to you from Ohio. So I'm currently broadcasting from the Gambia, and the Gambia is in the west coast of Africa. Very beautiful place. I wish you could come and visit. I want to arrange a trip, so please do so, okay? And so Ohio, what's the weather like in Ohio? Tell me, what is it like in Ohio? Willie, where are you? Tell me, what is the weather like? What is happening? What is going on? There's so much going on, talking about ice. You know, ice has been, I mean, ice is something that you used to put in a drink, okay? Now ice has become like these killers. You know, that go after especially us to get us out of the West. And I'm inviting you back to Africa. I'm saying, don't wait for ICE to kick you out. Come on, I'm inviting you back to Africa. Okay, I'm inviting you back to Africa. And if you've been watching what's been trending on social media, you can see now the Africa that they didn't want you to see. The Africa that I've been talking about and showing for a very, very long time on social media. So hello from Ohio. Okay, I began following you for 7 years. Wow, for 7 years. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, 4598. Yeah, the weather is awful. And ice is more Midwest and not affecting where I am just yet. Okay. And Camilla, how are you? Camille, how are you? Are you all right? Thank you for joining BlaXit. And you said like a weapon. And Smith, greetings Smith, how are you? Smith 677, you said same here. And OT with me, keep up the good work. OT with me, welcome, and thank you so much. Also, let me say hello. And Smith 6777, if Jamaica is stable, would you ever go back to visit? Of course, I've got family in Jamaica, you know. The Holness family is my family. Andrew Holness, who's the president, is also related to me. My mom has had the pleasure of actually going out and spending time with his wife and family, but I've been here in Gambia, so I haven't really since he's been in power. You discovered me in 2020. Oh, wonderful. I'm so happy. So listen, I want to give you a special shout out for being with me so long and send you lots and lots of kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay. Thank you so much for the dedication. Thank you so much for the loyalty. Loyalty means so much to me. Loyalty is one of the traits in life that I value so much. One of the things that I do detest in life is people that are disloyal. I do not like disloyalty. I find it a betrayal, you know, and I cannot stand it, especially when you were there for that person, you were there with that person, and then they treat you so terribly, treat you like you don't exist, or, you know, do things to you. For me, I'll always be there. Even if I'm not in contact with you, I'll still always be there, because sometimes it's not always easy to constantly be in contact. But if that person reaches out to me, and, you know, I'll always be there. So I think that's important. So thank you for saying keep up the good work. I really appreciate it. And so, yeah, so let me explain about Jamaica. If you're talking about living there, I actually did live in Jamaica before. I have lived in Jamaica before, but I prefer living in Africa, the truth be told. For me, they stole us from Africa and they took us, yeah, by force, by kidnapping, by human trafficking. You know, they abducted us and took us to Jamaica, where they forced us to work. You know, they enslaved us and forced us to work for free. So Jamaica, for me, still feels like a plantation. And every time that there is a big hurricane there, or there is something that happens there, it reminds me that this wasn't our natural place to be. And, you know, that's why sometimes, you know, the separation that comes is because we were supposed to go back home, and our place back home is here. It's Africa. And when you come to Gambia, you see so many people that look Jamaican, like they look just like my family. So, you know, I feel even more comfortable here, and I feel more at peace and more relaxed here. But do I associate with Jamaican culture? Of course. Of course. Can I cook Jamaican food? Of course. Do I speak patois? Of course. Listen, when my grandma was alive, she used to refuse to communicate with us unless we spoke to her in patois. She said, "Me not talk no Queen's English. Me not talk it. If you want to talk to me or me talk." So we had to, you know, learn, like, you know, what we called English patois. Okay. So yeah, I love Jamaica. You know, Jamaica's sweet. It's a sweet, 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 love, sweet, sweet, lovely, beautiful Jamaica. I've been there several times, and yeah. But in terms of living there, no, I witnessed some things while I was there that I don't really want to talk about. But let's just say that it put me off Jamaica being the destination of choice for me to live at. But yes, definitely a destination that I would go and visit and stay for a while, but definitely not live there. No, I find the vibration and I don't know what it is, but there's a vibration here within the people that I attach to more within the culture here. And this is just a personal decision. Everybody has their own opinion, but I love Jamaica. You know, I love Jamaica, like cooked food. I honestly do. But Africa is my home, and I love it more than cooked food. So that's the reason why. Okay. So so you finally catch me live. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So yeah. I mean, what would you like to say to me? I'm here for you. I'm here with you. I have a couple questions that I need to ask. Someone asked about my attire, and then anyway, they were explaining to me that wearing head coverings, yeah, and hats, etc., like and what I do, yeah, is coming from a colonial era. Okay, so they were explaining to me that you know, wearing head coverings and so on comes from a colonial era, and that we were forced to cover our heads. So I'm trying to explain to you, no, these are my crowns. Yeah. I don't see them like that. I see them as my crowns. I don't always wear them. As you know, if you've been watching BlaXit Live, sometimes I have my head covered, sometimes I don't. Yeah, but I see them as my crowns. I see myself as an empress. I see myself, you know, as a queen. And so as a queen she has a crown. And I do have crowns. I literally have crowns because I was always told from a child that I was a princess. And when a princess grows up, when a princess takes her throne, she's a queen, she's an empress. And so I see myself as an African empress, and no one's going to take that away from me. No one's going to take that away from me. So this is my crown, and I have many different crowns. So this is my crown, and I wear it proudly, and I would advise you all, wear your crowns. This ain't no colonial stuff. This is my crown. Okay, so the person that wrote that to me, and my clothes are handmade. These clothes are made here in Africa, okay? Yeah, I do have some, you know, or of course European wears from when I was there. Of course I do. But most of my clothes are handmade. You know, these are like, they have nice like designs and features on them. You know, I love the clothes that I have made here. This is made by a tailor called Amadou, and he makes my clothes for me, and he's a great tailor. So if ever you did want any clothes being made, let me know. But yeah, so definitely this is my crown. This has got nothing to do with me covering my hair because I'm ashamed of it. I'm proud of my locks. Very, very proud of my locks. So for you know, that you asked me that question. No, I'm proud of my African hair. I'm proud of my African features. You know, I'm proud to wear my crown because I'm in Africa. I can wear my crown. I'm on my land. I'm in my palace. I'm in my palace. And I want all you to come and have your palaces, because that's what BlaXit does. You know, we help you to get to Africa. We help for you to own your land. Okay. So you own your land. So that is your kingdom. That is your queendom. Okay. And land here is in perpetuity most of the time because it's customary land. And so it's important. That's why we encourage you, come and build your house. Come and, you know, make it yours. Come and put your farm on it. Put, you know, your plants on it. Put your courtyard on it. Put your swimming pool on it. You know, make it yours. I built my house. I designed this house. So I didn't want anything too massive or big, you know, but, you know, I still ended up getting a 5-bedroom house. But, yeah, this is what I'm saying to you. You can make it yours. And that's what we help you to do. We help you to get your ID. We help you to get your bank account. We help you to get your TIN number, your driving license. We help you and connect you with your architect who's going to help you to build your house, make your design come to reality, do your BOQ, that's your bill of quantity, so you know that you can build within the costings and your budget. You know, I'm the one that goes out and I research the land, find the good location for you to build your home. I try and make communities where we can stay together. I try and find land that is as reasonable as possible. I try and help find the schools for your children. I try and find, you know, the location for your shop or your business. I try and help you to show you what business will be more efficient and more productive and more cost effective and also profitable. So I'm a business developer. That is what I do. So, you know, this is I'm you know, a self-proclaimed stateswoman calling for citizenship for us as Africans across Africa, because we are 100% African. Yeah, and there's something that I heard yesterday from my sister Zena that I was a little bit cross with, and I'm going to talk about it today, because, you know, I will talk about it, whether, you know, people like it or not, I will discuss it. So a question was brought up to me by Sister Zena. As I told you, when you send your questions to me or you call me with topics for me to discuss, I will discuss them. And so one of the things that she brought up was, how do you feel about Ghana now wanting to charge $2,500 for citizenship? She asked me, how do I feel? Yeah, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? Yeah. So that's a question. So you said that you're in Made of Africa. Welcome to BlaXit and thank you for joining us today. I'm going to read your comment. You said that you're in Detroit and that last year you purchased a home in Ghana. Yeah, and it was your dream goal was to become a citizen one day. But within the new requirements for citizenship, they has been very discouraged. Now, I understand how you feel, because yesterday there were some explicitives, okay, that left my mouth that obviously, you know, I try and keep it clean. But the Jamaican patois came out yesterday and I was, you know, being and rawing and and going into one, because I'm most dissatisfied. I am most disappointed and most dissatisfied, you know, with that decision. Very, very unhappy with it. I mean, look at what Benin has done. Benin has done wonders. Why couldn't Ghana have followed in Benin's footsteps? Now, the other thing is that, you know, what does this signal? What does this mean? And one of the first things that I sent back to her when she asked me how I felt about it was that I said, you know, that we were sold, okay? We were sold. We went to the Americas, we went to the Caribbean, where we were sold, okay, and used and abused in the slavery system, right, in order to build up these Western nations, okay? And, you know, at the end of the day, this wasn't a small, you know, little thing. This happened for hundreds of years, and millions and millions and millions of lives, let alone the millions of lives which were also lost. And during this time, I already talked about the fact that we used to have to buy back our freedom and so on. I've discussed this before. But now we're having to buy our way back into where we came from. To me, it's unacceptable. To me, I don't agree with it. To me, I just think it's a liberty. I think it's taking advantage. I think it's financial exploitation. And I think it's unfair, because enough has been taken from us. Enough has been taken from us. And it's wrong. I think fundamentally, morally, I think it's wrong. Okay, if there's an administration fee, okay, but make it reasonable. You know, what are they trying to do? Is this a way of blocking our entry? You know, Ghana, I want you to go back to the drawing board and think this again. This is a bad choice. And it sends out especially the wrong signal. This sends out the wrong signal. That's why I would rather wait my time and get my citizenship, right? Without having to go through any of those financial hurdles. That's why I stay in my lovely, lovely Gambia. Okay? I might not have had it like how they did it with the big ceremony and everything and what have you, but I'll wait my time. I've been coming here for what will be over 15 years this year. Okay, so I'll wait in my time. I'll learn the language, do what I have to do. You know, I've already done most of the things that are required for citizenship already. But my point that I'm making is that African nations have to accept that we are 100% African. And they are treating us like others. And it is not right. And I'm not saying all African nations, because that is not true of all African nations. Let me just make this clear. So when I am talking right now, I'm talking just about Ghana and also Sierra Leone. Yeah, they have to realize we are 100% African. We should not have to do a DNA test to prove it. And let me tell you something, you can go and move and have residency in any of those countries without going and paying citizenship. That is a choice you make. And the choice I would make if I was you and going to Ghana, go get your residency, but do not pay a penny for citizenship. Just go through the normal process. Okay, do not pay for any kind of, you know, special citizenship that you have to pay 2,500 for. No. And congratulations to Wodamaya for getting his diplomatic passport, okay, from Ghana as well. Now, Ghana, Sierra Leone. Just because we were born in another country, because our ancestors were taken into a forced slavery, into the biggest war on any nation, on any people, the most inhumane epoch in the history of humanity, does not mean that you can take advantage of us. It does not mean that you can financially exploit us. It does not mean that because we are coming and we are coming home, it means that you can see us as cash cows. Hell no. No. I am aggrieved and I feel hoodwinked and deceived because this is wrong. This is wrong on so many levels. And yes, I will complain and I will shout and I will scream that this is not a pattern that I want other countries to follow. It is the wrong example that Ghana is setting. So in answer to your question, my sister Zena, and the reason why I say her name and I don't say everybody else's name is because she doesn't mind me mentioning her name, okay? So my sister Zena, I am very, 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 very disheartened. I am very, 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 very disappointed. Okay? And it has made me look at it in a whole different way. Because yes, people that are investors that are coming to a country, of course there is citizenship by investment. Many companies do it. There are, you know, big international companies that do it and sell citizenship by investment. But we are not of that and we are not the same. So if you're doing, okay, so, you know, Donald Duck says that he's charging this for all Americans to, you know, to come into, for all Africans to come into America, for, pardon me, let me get this right. Donald Duck is now charging all of these charges, all of this money, you know, and asking people to pay these bonds, okay, you know, up to $15,000, which is totally ridiculous, you know, for people that are coming in for Africa. And so I do understand the lick back, but not for us. Not for us. Why are you throwing us in the same bag as them? We are not Anglo-Saxons. We are Africans. We should be made a special case of. In fact, there should be exemptions for us. I've been saying that. We need to receive special treatment. Do you know how hard it is to come back to Africa? Do you know the sacrifices that we have to make to come back to Africa? Do you know the challenges that we face to come back to Africa? Do you think it's easy? It's not easy. Do you know the sacrifices you have to make, what you have to give up? And then on top of having to pay expensive fares because they make the levies and charges high just to fly to Africa as a deterrent to stop us from coming home. Now you've added an additional deterrent, charging $2,500 for citizenship? Ghana. What happened to the year of return? Is it a cash return? Is it a cash return? What is this? Is this cash in? Cash in on the diaspora? What is this? I mean, what are your comments saying? Let me jump in on your comments now. Sorry, I had to get that off of my chest. Okay. Smith, what have you said? Fidel Smith, my family and I are giving ourselves 3 more years and we're out. Boom! Well done. Boom! Well done. Get out. Listen, the citizenship, yeah, it's an issue, but me living here? Oh, no. I am not going back. I have not been back to the UK. You understand? I miss my family, but I am not going back to that place, if I can help it. If I can help it, no chance, no way, okay? If I've got something to say in it and I have a choice in it, no. You understand? Because it's important that, I let you realize that you can't go to paradise and then want to go back to hell. It doesn't make no sense. You understand? And like Aisha Speed said at the end, he said, show me show me your DNA test. And it said 100% African. That's what we are. And I'm so glad that he did that because we are 100% African. Okay, that is what we are. We don't need a DNA test to show that we're 100% African. It's just ridiculous. Okay. So yeah, so that's it. Well done, well done, well done. That is so good. Okay. Vanell Smith, 4598, well done. I congratulate you and I applaud you and I thank you for coming back to Africa because it's a better life, okay? Okay, so passport, citizenship, okay. But for me, I've been living here for how many years and I don't have it. And what I'm calling for is for us all to have it and all be recognized as Africans, not just me. If it was just me, I'm sure I could have made moves and got it. But it's not just that. It's about all of us. And we need to be seen as 100% African across Africa. The AU needs to get their finger out and give us this document. The ECOWAS need to give us a card. A diaspora and African card that says, we are African. You understand? Rather than leave it on individual countries, there should be a blanket thing that says it. You understand? There should just be a blanket thing that says it. And if they want to do additional screenings independently in each country, okay. But, at the end of the day, they don't screen the white tourists that are going to Kenya, for safari. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, much back to you. Thank you. Mwah. Back to you too. Sorry. Okay. So Ottawa said, bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Dismissers, right? Yeah, exactly. Be a man of your word. Exactly. They can't start off with saying, okay, this is your return. And then all of a sudden, hello. And by the way, we're charging you $2,500. What the bumble? Listen. listen, excuse my language, I'm so sorry. That's the Jamaican in me. That just came out, okay? But what the rock? What? This question had me bamboozled yesterday. You know, I was in shock. Like, are you for real? So just go and be residents. There's nothing wrong with being a resident, dear. You know, at the end of the day, when they realize that people are just coming and they're going to be residents and they're not going to pay this money, they'll probably get rid of it and realize that it was a poor choice. They'll probably realize that it was a poor decision that they actually made. Bad judgment, if you ask me. I mean, what do you think? Yeah, Jamaican is sovereign. Oh, absolutely. We've got to remember that both my parents are Jamaican. My father was born in St. Mary and my mum in St. Elizabeth. Okay, so, and I was born in England, East London. So we own the land, but the people don't know. Well, this is the thing, in England you don't. I learned that the hard way. You know, in England you don't. So let's have a look. Who's this now? Okay, International Book Show. Hello, McConnon. You can call me Nyancho, darling. You can call me Nyancho. Everybody knows that my Gambian name is Nyancho. And you know, I call you McConnon because that's your African chosen name. So you can call me Nyancho. So welcome, McConnon. How are you? How is the International Book Show going? Do tell us about your latest projects and your latest programs. And if you would like to join BlaXit Live, you can. I can always send you a link so you can join BlaXit Live next week, and you can join me live and you can share live. So if you would like to, just drop me a quick text and I will do BlaXit Live together with you next week. Okay, so I'm now giving you the opportunity to join me on BlaXit. So now there's an option on YouTube where you can do BlaXit Live when I can send you an invite and you can join me live. So if you would like to join me live on BlaXit, please just drop me a WhatsApp text, via WhatsApp. Now, the WhatsApp number is, if you could put it mod. If you could put the text line in the comment section, please. Yeah. Okay, so that's plus 220-240-5273. If you want to come live with us, okay. Now you do know, okay, we do have rules. We are a high vibrational channel, okay. And when I say high vibrational, I mean it. Okay, we keep it positive. This is all about our story. This is about our self destination. It's about our self enablement. It's about our progress, and it's about our love. It's about our self-love. Okay, this is what it's about. I'm not interested in other nations. Okay, only so much as it's affecting us in a negative way, and we need to do something about it and come together to deal with them, whether it's ICE or whatever. Okay. We have to deal with it, because at the end of the day, if they don't want us in their country, come back to Africa. Tell them, Lao you. Yeah? Lao you. Yeah? Because all they're doing is fear-mongering about Africa. But you have a better life here. You have a better life here, right? Even your spending power, the PPPs, yeah? Price parity here is more powerful. So tell them to go to where to go and stick it, okay? You have a better life. You can wear what you want. You can be yourself. You can be happy. I like being happy. You know, I generate my own happiness. If people think, you know, a lot of people think, let me just talk on this for a second, yeah? I want to say a special hello to Mark Turner. Mwah. How are you? Okay, hello, Mark. It's been a while. So, how are you? And big respect out to you, Mark. Okay. Okay. Vanell Smith. Yeah, the outfit is fire. And you love the crown. I love you too. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Honestly, how How much would 250K to move there? 250,000. What are you doing? You're building a mansion and also owning a village? That's a lot. That's more than enough. More than enough. I mean, if you want, like, let me just explain, okay? If you want like a luxury apartment, you know, overlooking the sea, you can get them for like, you know, maybe 155,000 euros. Yeah. That's like by the sea. If you don't and you want to go inwards, you can get them. But for me, I say buy your land, you know, spend, I know, you know, from $1,000 upwards, because depending on where you buy your land, you can get land for $1,000 here. So you can get land for $1,000. There's still $1,000 plots here. So don't think that there aren't $1,000 plots here. Yes, there are, and you can get your land built on it. Once you got your car, you can go anywhere. And remember, here in Gambia, you can drive really most locations within an hour. You're by the sea. So you know, for me, I'm even 20 minutes by the sea. That's why I'm always on the beach. So you can get lots for your money. When I was building my house, although it was years ago, it was still under $50,000 for a 5-bedroom house. Okay, so with 250, you can definitely set yourself up, set up your business, you know, and thrive and live well, without a doubt, with lots and lots and lots of change to spare, lots and lots of change to spare. So yeah, I mean, especially here in Gambia, I cannot talk for Ghana because Ghana is far more expensive than Gambia. Gambia is much cheaper than Ghana, especially property wise, much cheaper than Ghana. So you know, some people even bought houses in the new village and in the new estate in Greenville, and they you know, they were paying less than 60,000. So you know, it's all up to you. So for me, you know, I bought my land 2015, 1,800. Now the land here is really pricey. You can't even get land where I bought my land now anymore. It's a well sought after suburb, and you know, a lot of let's just say important people live here. So I was just lucky that I didn't even know where it was when I first got it. I was in England, so you know, I just got really lucky. But it just goes to show that if you trust and you do the right thing, that's what happens. And Bussorah is really coming up really well. In fact, I'm going to be going there to make a video to show you the developments that are going on in Bussorah. I'm just waiting on the drone man to be able to come to drone to show you all the developments, because many people have built up their walls, so I'm not going to be able to show you the houses unless I drone. So I'm going to have to drone. So for me, I mean, Gambia is obviously my place of choice. I've always said that. You know, the visa requirements here are quite relaxed. And if you're Jamaican, you don't need one. If you come from England, you don't need one. If you come from America, you do. But you know, and even so, it's very reasonable. It's not expensive. So Gambia is very easily accessible. It's very welcoming. It's easy to develop. It's easy to find your feet here. Most people speak English, so it's far easier. And citizenship is still just the normal process. So I would just go with the normal process. I am not paying 2,500. You can stick that up your ass. How's that? I'm sorry, I'm being rude, very rude today. Yeah, very rude. I'm being rude because I think it's a freaking liberty. I think it's out of order. And I'm vexed, and I've been vexed since yesterday. Okay? I'm absolutely livid. $2,500. Do you know how much you could do with that? You know, you could buy land here in Gambia, book your flight and come, get yourself a little tent and live on your land. Are you joking me? Come to Gambia instead. That's what I got to say. You know what? Yeah, come to Gambia instead. That's the answer to that. Then they'll stop charging 2,500 when they realize that people are making choices to go elsewhere. Come to Gambia instead. Come to Gambia instead. Come to Gambia instead. Yes, come to Gambia instead. That's the solution. Don't pay them no 2,500. Save that 2,500. come buy yourself a little piece of land, like for just over $1,000. Sorry, I nearly said Delassie then. For over $1,000, get your land and come. Take your time and start build your yard. Your house. Sorry, Jamaican slipped in there. Right? Come. How's that? Is that not a solution? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Come to Gambia, get your land. You can pay your fare. Right, with the 2,500, you can pay your fare, get your land, come and invest here. I will show you the $1,000 lands. I will go out and show you them. How's that? I will go and film them and show you them so you can see them, because I haven't been on the ground doing as much filming because I've got so many other things doing. I actually help you. So sometimes I'm out on the ground, I'm helping people, making sure their fencing is done. Sometimes I'm out on the ground making sure that people are meeting their architects, their development plans are done. Sometimes I'm on the ground, taking people to look at schools. Sometimes I'm on the ground taking people to open bank accounts, to look at different banks. Sometimes I'm on the ground doing the TIN numbers, you understand? Sometimes I'm literally hands-on. So that's the reason why you don't see me vlogging and showing around like people, because I'm a repatriationist. And so sometimes I'm taking you to a furniture shop where you can get a discount. You understand? Sometimes I'm taking you to the port to help you to get in your containers. To clear your containers. I'm on the ground. I've got a high vis. I'm standing there with you. You understand? I just say just cover my petrol. You understand? Just cover my petrol. I'm there. That's it. I'm not an exhibit, for you to come and see, oh, I'm in Gambia, I just want to see you. No, I'm not a museum exhibit, but I will help you to repatriate. I will help you. I will be on the ground and I will help you. And if you want to sit and talk through the process, talk through your business, yeah, I'm here, feet on the ground. So that's the reason why, like I said, BlaXit is about your repatriation, relocation. That is what I said. I never said that, BlaXit is flowery, jumping all around, doing this, doing that. No, it's hands on ground. And this is why I'm here to answer your questions about repatriation. And someone asked me, what is your cheapest price of land? And it was like £784, which I think is about just under $1,000. Okay. So that was a question that was asked. So that was the answer. Okay. That was the answer. And that was in Bussorah. Okay. And there are also ones that are just slightly more expensive. I think they're about $1,100 or $200 and that is in the Neto Sion. Okay. So I have a budget. Okay, I read that one. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, that you've got more than enough, especially for here in Gambia. Yeah, you're a multimillionaire with that money in Gambia. Okay. So Denise, hello Denise, how are you? Yeah, Denise 1685, how are you? Dirty Vinyl, I love vinyl, Okay, Dirty Vinyl says hello Dirty Vinyl. Okay, and Smith 677 said they won't accept that. Africans do not mix the practice ethnic purity. And this is it. You're quite right. You're quite right, because we are 100% Africans and we need to be seen as 100% Africans. So what they're doing and impacting America, they need to separate it. They need to separate us. And this is what I've been saying so much, that we need to be seen as Africans. There needs to be an automatic citizenship. How many years I've been talking this? There needs to be an automatic citizenship program where we are automatically seen as Africans. So therefore, what they're doing to Americans, or they're doing to the UK or other European countries, do not affect us. Do not affect us. You understand? They should have ethnic purity. And this is what they must do. This is what they should do. Okay, this is what I'm saying in Jamaica is sovereign. They just need to wake up. Well, the thing is that, like I said, when Jamaicans, and you come on a Jamaican passport to the Gambia, you don't need a visa. Or you never used to. I don't think it's changed. Yeah. But, you know, seeing yourself as an African, you know, I can talk even within my own family, like my grandma. My grandma is the person who told me that our family came from Gambia, as in Africa. But then when you jump into another generation, you speak to my mum, like, oh, I'm Jamaican. You understand? I never saw myself as British or English. I didn't feel that I fitted in. It didn't feel right. I don't know how many of you living in America and whatever. Does it feel right to you? Or is there something in your visceral, something intrinsic within you that feels as though this is not the right place for you to be? Your spirit does not feel anchored there. That's how I felt in Jamaica. My spirit did not feel anchored there. It did not feel like it was the right key in the right door. It did not feel, even when I was living in England, even though I was born there, I felt othered. I did not feel right. My spirit did not sit right. And it wasn't until I came to Gambia did the key fit in the door. And then I felt right, which is why I chose to live here permanently. Although I visit other countries, it doesn't stop me from having land investment and also homes in other countries. But this is where I felt, you know, most welcomed and most at home. Sorry, hang on. Okay, so who's this ward? Wonder. So Wonder McCullough. Nyancho, speak it all. We stand with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, Wonder McCullough. And Smith77 said Ciara got her citizenship by her blood. And this is my point. Why listen. So now is money, we have to give money, and then we have to give blood? Why? Why should I have to prove that I'm an African? Can't you look at me and see I'm an African? Can't you tell the difference between an Anglo-Saxon and a Neanderthal? Can't you tell the difference between a Chinese? Can't you tell the difference between an Asian person and an African? Can't they tell the effing difference? Sorry about my language. Can't they tell the difference? You have to take a blood test for what? For what? For what? I'm not saying that if you want to find out where you're from, where your family's from, you know, that you shouldn't do a DNA test in order for you to trace your roots. Okay, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. But what I am saying is that citizenship should not be determined by that. We did not need a DNA test when they were taking our ancestors into enslavement. When they were abducting our ancestors, when they were taking them by force, when they were raping them, killing them, stripping them, torturing them, branding them, putting them in boats, putting them underneath their godforsaken churches. They didn't require no DNA test then, so why do we need DNA tests now? No, not having it. I'm not doing it and I don't care. I don't care for those tests. I don't care for that sentiment. I don't care for the Ghanaian government deciding to charge us $2,500 for citizenship. I don't care for it. I don't respect that move. I don't like that move. I'm not feeling happy about that move. They need to reverse that. They need to flip it and reverse it because it's the wrong move. But I say, allow them. If they want to charge us that for citizenship, only go there and then just become residents until you go through the normal process, right? If not, then you know what you do? Come to Gambia. Come to Gambia. Gambia is beautiful. Gambia is warm. Gambia is welcoming. And there's more scope for development because it's not as developed as Ghana. So you've got, you've got more business entrants here. You know, they need more investment. They need more everything here. Your hair looks beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If I'm going on too much, you can tell me off in the comments, okay? You can tell me off. Nyancho, woo, you're going in hard, okay? You can tell me in the comments. Yeah. Thank you so much, Smith 6777 for your compliment. I appreciate that. Right. Smith 677 said, "Sis, we're not supposed to go back. We're not supposed to go. We're not supposed to go back. The story is not over. Yeah, we're not supposed to go backwards. We're not supposed to go backwards. That is a step backwards. That is not a step forward. That is not progress in my eyes. Let me tell you something about this world devilment. Yeah, there's devilment and development. Yeah, very similar, right? As soon as they start to get a little development, right, where they see, oh, look at this, look at that, then they start to get into the devilment. You understand? Which is where the greed comes in, the devilment, the greed. You understand? Enticed by greed. Yeah? So, Maid of Africa, how are you? Maid of Africa says, preach. I believe if we in the diaspora stop traveling to Ghana and stop sending our money, their economy, of course it will drop. It'll be affected, most definitely, because most African countries, do and are quite reliant on remittances from the diaspora. They are. It's a fact. Okay, so Sam, welcome Sam. How are you? Welcome to BlaXit Live. BlaXit is all about your repatriation, relocation back to your nation. That's back to Africa, and we are repatriation specialists. I'm Nyancho Kajabi, aka Juliet. I am the CEO and founder and also host of BlaXit. Yes, and BlaXit is about your return to Africa. A lot of people have hijacked my concept, hijacked my name, even try to use my own name to try and slander me, libel me, and character assassinate me. But don't worry, we're still fighting, okay? We are still fighting, because you know what? Regardless, they might have shadow banned me, demonetized me, whatever. The message is still getting out. And the thing is that Africa is trending. Go. So glad to be in Africa. So glad to be here. So glad to be in Africa. And white man, I don't really care. Because you know what, at the end of the day, they try to sell you a complete fallacy about Africa. Africa is a wonderful place to live, wonderful place to be. And there's no other place I would rather be, to be honest with you. So, let them go, because Africa is lovely, and now you can see, because they're not just me. I show speed, showed it too, and so was Woda Maya and others, Miss Judy and African Tigress and so many others. I must admit that when I saw certain content by certain content makers where they were showing America and England, I lost kind of interest, because I just want to see like Africa. So when I Show Speed came to Africa, that's when like my interest really sparked up. And I'm so glad that he did it, and I'm so grateful to him for doing what he done, because the love is real. The love in Africa is real. Okay, what you saw is no lie. I mean, I have so much more support here as a woman. I have so much love here. It is just amazing, and I'm sure when I choose to get married again, it will definitely be to an African man. How's that? Well, I hope so anyway. And remember, as long as you're black, you're an African. So yeah, definitely, I'm loving on you, my beautiful black African men. I am loving on you. Okay, yeah, rise up yourself, all you men who treat women with respect and dignity, all of you men who know what it is to be a real man, all of you men out there that are taking responsibility for your children, all of you men that are treating your women like queens and empresses. I salute you today. All of you men that know how to provide, all of you men who know how to protect, how to defend, and how to, most on top, appreciate and value your queens, your empresses. I salute you here today, because you know sometimes people don't talk about the good men, so I want to talk about the good men. Okay, and thank you, all of those men that know how to commit, all of those men that know how to tell the truth, all those men that know how to stand and be in, you know, to have authenticity and integrity, honesty, and you know, reliability, and you know, consistency. I take my hat off to you. So you know, big yourselves up, big yourselves up. When I went to the wedding the other day, the reason why I'm saying this, I meant to mention this last week, I went to Mohammed and Bodge's wedding, yeah, and his father. I was sitting next to his father and Lamin and Bodge, and he said to me, it's important that young men, because I think he was 24, 25, that young men understand what responsibility is. I don't want my son just sleeping with women. No, if he finds a woman that is right for him, he needs to make that commitment. If she's good enough to sleep with, she's good enough to marry. And you know what, when he said that, I was just like, word. He said that is why he gets married. He has to learn responsibility. He has to learn what it is to be a man. And you know, this is so very African, and I so appreciate that, you know, he has to learn the values of what it is to be a man. You know, not being a promiscuous, stupid, immature, pathetic, ignorant, absolute waste of space, waste man, playboy or player, promiscuous idiot, you know, just out there spreading STDs, you know, jumping from women to women, and those user men that just go to women for what they can get. They're stupid assholes. I can't stand them. You know, but when I was there, and I felt so proud at that wedding, knowing that, you know, there are fathers that are instilling their sons with the right values, and those are the right values. Okay, women aren't pawns to be used and to be thrown away. Women aren't here to, you know, be used for men's sexual appetite. You understand that this is absolutely ridiculous, and this Western world is teaching us this horrible, transient, disposable way of life. That is not African. That is not African. We value, respect ourselves. We love ourselves. We have dignity. We're not full of ego and useless pride that is just going to, you know, prevent us from doing this. We're not just going to, you know, go for a chaunch of women thinking that, you know, we are the prize. No. Everybody is a prize as long as they treat themselves in the right way and value themselves in the right way and hold themselves in the right way. So I was really glad to see that. So big yourselves up. You understand? All you good African men out there doing the right thing, marrying your women and doing the right thing. Well done to you. Well done to you. Yeah, all those men that are out there cheating, disgracing, but you know, being an absolute waste of space. You know, go and find yourself a life. Get counselling. Deal with your inner child. Deal with your mummy wounds. Deal with your daddy wounds. Deal with your lack of responsibility and pull yourself up and do the right thing and support and look after your children, okay? Just do that. Do that for me. So anyway, you are second generation, of course. You are an African. Of course we are African. You know, I want you to write in the comments, I'm 100% African. I'm write in the comments, I'm 100% African. You understand? I'm 100% African. Write in the comments that I'm 100% African. This is a safe space for you, okay? You 100% African? BlaXit is a safe space for you. You 100% African? This is your safe space. We are your spaceship. We will take you on board the mothership and take you back to Africa, okay? That's what BlaXit is. We are your mothership. We're going to take you back to Africa, okay? So yeah, what's his comment? Okay, Smith said, in South Africa, if you're not 100% of our race, it's colored, not African. Now, listen, let's talk about apartheid. Let's talk about the confusion. Yeah, let's talk about the confusion about identity. Yeah. That was done during apartheid in order to divide our people, okay? That is what it was for. It was there to divide us. And it has been done consistently to divide us. The remnants of apartheid still exist. It exists in a social system that was left behind, and it was not dismantled. It was not destroyed. And that is the problem. The legacy of apartheid still exists. And then they added to it, in order to overcome it, a multiculturalism that is a facade. It's a facade. Because there's still nepotism, there's still tribalism, there's still colorism. So it's a facade. It's an absolute facade. And so, if you are a black person, you are an African. If you are an Asian, you are an Asian. If you're mixed race, you're mixed race. I had this whole conversation about Obama. And I said, no, Obama's not black. Obama's mixed race. I said, no, Juliet, Obama's black. I said, first black president. I said, what are you talking about? You had a black president years and years ago. I've forgotten his name. Was it Benson? Something like that. But I said, I can't remember his name. His name's gone out of my head. But yeah, I said, no. Obama's not your first black president. He's your first mixed race president. And it was like we was arguing to and from. Oh, but in America, if you have one drop of black blood, you're considered black. I said, since when? Since when? He's mixed race. The breast that he fed from was a white breast. Obama is mixed race. Who agrees with me? Okay, so let's have a look what Kenneth said. Kenneth, 1293 said 2,500 for Ghanaian citizenship is reasonable, and the requirement to prove DNA is also the right direction, and I'll give reasons why. So come on then, give your reasons why. I totally disagree with you. Totally disagree with you. And now tell me the reasons why. Someone else disagrees with you. Let's have a look. Shashamani 1000 disagrees with you and says, I think it's expensive as to bring you the best experience living here in the Gambia, is quite, hang on. I think it's expensive. I'm just trying to read it. As to bring you the best experience living here in the Gambia. I think he missed a word. That's why I'm trying to make sense of it. Living here in the Gambia is quiet. Is that quiet or quite? I think he means to say quite. You can have high standards for the most part. Okay. So yeah, I agree with him. I think that it's way too expensive. I personally do. Yeah. And old lady card 9, she says, I agree all the way. She thinks $2,500 for Ghanaian citizenship is too expensive as well. Who else agrees with us? Do you think it's too expensive? We've only got one person who thinks that it's reasonable. I don't think it's reasonable. I think if you have to up sticks, take your family, you're going to have to build a house or buy a house and totally relocate, and then having to find that money for each person. Yeah, 2,500 for the husband, 2,500 for the wife. Say you've got 2 children, 2,500 each for the children. That's $10,000. That's $10,000. That is completely unreasonable, if you ask me, especially for us. If it's for the Europeans, I've got no issues with that. You could charge them 10,000. Yeah. If it's for the Europeans, charge them $1 million. I don't care. But for us, no. No. And I'm standing on business, and I'm standing on what I'm saying. No. Okay? Definitely not. So who else is agreeing or disagreeing? Smith 6777 said Ghana is looking for money and they also charge a yearly fee. So on top of that, you have to pay a yearly fee as well. Okay, look, I haven't looked into it very deeply. Please share information for me in the comment section so I can see. So Kenneth said there are various pathways to citizenship in Ghana. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. At least I'm not sneezing all over the place like I was. I'm still a bit bunged up, but you know what? Feeling much better. My problem is that I don't sit still. I'm always doing something, and so I don't stay long enough to get better. Okay, so there are various pathways to citizenship in Ghana, but if you want a straight path to citizenship, you must be ready to fulfill all requirements, and you can be a legal resident and have your work permit. This is what I was saying. That's the other option, is just, be a resident and have your work permit. This is what I do here. And if it's too expensive for you and you are eager to get that citizenship, come to, pay the money. But I personally wouldn't. That's all I'm saying. And so Kenneth said the year of return was a policy, but by the previous government, and we have a new government with different policies. Okay, so Mod is reminding me just to tell you the text line for BlaXit. If you want to ask any questions or you would like to repatriate, you would like a piece of our repatriation land, we have various locations to choose from, and they are all below market price. Okay, that's our way of compensating and giving back to you. And this is what I'm saying. This is what BlaXit do. We try and make it affordable for you. We try and make it easy for you. We try and facilitate for you. Rather than, what Ghana's doing is sending out a message. Because to me, it's not the money, it's the principle. It's the principle behind it. It's the principle. It's the message that it sends. It's the message that it sends that I don't appreciate personally. And I see a lot of people in the comments also don't appreciate it. So yeah, you can, but I'm saying that if you're going to sit and wait on work permit and residency and what have you, then come to Gambia instead. If it's the same options, isn't it? And the fact is that they're actually reviewing it here now. So I hope that they don't go and follow suit. Let me fix my crown. Right? Let me hope that they don't go and follow suit, because I would not be very happy with that. Kenny said that we are trying to discourage. We're trying to discourage. What is this? Hang on a minute. We're trying to discourage short route the citizenship where everybody gets up and applies for citizenship. What's your reasoning behind that? Nonsense is just nonsense. You can't make sense out of nonsense. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Listen, BlaXit family, BlaXit family, BlaXit family. I've got to say, sometimes I get a little bit bewildered. I get a little bit puzzled. I get a little bit wary. It's our birthright. I'm going to say it one more time really slowly so you can all understand. It's your birthright. Birthright. Your ancestors never gave up their citizenship. You see, I'm getting emotional, see my eyes? Our ancestors never, ever, ever gave up their citizenship. Africa is in us. Even if you're not in Africa, Africa is still in you. Look at your queue. They didn't require citizenship to go to South Carolina to go and pick cotton, did they? North Carolina to go and grow rice, did they? Listen, don't get me started. Don't get me started, because when I start, I won't stop. And you know, once my mouth starts going, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Okay? Being African is our birthright, and no one can take that away from you. Being Africa is in your DNA, and you don't need anyone to blood test you to tell you that. If you can't look in my face and see that I'm an African, then there's something wrong with your eyes. You understand? It's just as simple as that. Making all these hoops, all of these requirements, all of these questions, all of these checks and balances, just because we want to come home. Who gives you the right? We are Africans, and we are coming home. And I advise everybody, do not be put off. Do not be delayed. You can change your destination. Africa is your destination of choice. It is a country, it is a continent with 54 different countries. Choose one. Okay? Choose one. Choose one. I mean, how many people actually even have gone to Ghana? I think I did the figures before. I've got it in my research here in one of my books here. And I can go back and tell you if I have to go back to the page. But if anyone wants to go and do a quick check for me, you know, check. And check for me, right, about how many people have actually repatriated to Ghana. If you could do a check for me, please, Mod, and tell me how many people have actually repatriated to Ghana and the population of Ghana. Could you do that for me, Mod? Mod? Could you do that for me? Just do a quick check and tell me how many people have actually repatriated to Ghana and what the population of Ghana is, please. Can you do that for me? Mod? You can do it for me? Just do it for me. Just do a quick check. Tell me, what is the population of Ghana? And then tell me how many people have actually repatriated permanently to Ghana. And then how many people have got citizenship in Ghana? So I haven't got my other phone with me. You know what? The battery burst. It went fat. So I have to change it. So I apologize. If not, I would do it on my other phone. Okay, let's have a look. Smith 677 said United Snakes of A is making it harder for people to leave. I know, I've heard. That's why when I was telling you, get prepared, get out, yeah, and I told you this was coming. I told you that this was coming, and I told you that COVID was just a practice run, okay? I told you that COVID was just a practice run, okay? Listen, them your people wicked, you know? These people are evil with a capital E, yeah? The powers that were, as I call them. Because they're doing what they're doing because they're trying to grasp the power because they know they're losing it. Okay, but the powers that were, yeah, don't want you to take your money out. They don't want you to divest. They do not want you to divest and take your money into Africa. They do not. But it is your birthright. And you should. You should do whatever you can. Okay, investments that are giving you ongoing income, yes. Okay, you can use them to continue to give you ongoing income, but divest your largest investments and come to Africa because they don't want all of us taking our money out. Could you imagine? America would crash and burn. Crash and burn. If we were to take our money out, America would crash and burn. Less impact in the UK because we're a smaller number. Okay? But if all African countries, that are within Francophone said, you know what, no, we're not trading with you. No, you can't take your resources out of our country anymore. No, we're not allowing you to have any military bases anymore. No, we're not going to trade with your currency anymore. No, we're going to have high requirements on you even entering our country, the same way that you're doing to us. Do you know what? Things would change drastically and so quickly. Africa just needs to work together unifiedly, in tandem with each other on the same page. But the problem that we have is that, some countries are still in the Neanderthals' pockets. And that's where the problem is. They're still in the Neanderthals' pockets. So, Vanisma said, ha, 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 ha. Okay. Let's have a look. So, for now, says, I have no interest in that. I would like to invest in infrastructure as well, as I have land and small village run business. I just want to help build. Oh, that's wonderful. And yes, so we should. Absolutely. I've just realized the time and realized I've been here much longer than I anticipated, but it's been such an interesting discussion. Okay, so it says, do you have, hello? Yeah, we do have Alcalo titles. Yeah, and I do have Alcalo titles. Yes, absolutely. Do you have real estate help for us? Yes, of course, of course. If you watch BlaXit on the main channel, you'll see even this week, I put up about the new estate, the new beautiful complex by Bigelow Beach. I hope you watched it. I'm going to share a lot of information about them for people that are looking just to come and move straight in, who have got the finances to do so. Although they do offer 3 payment schemes. So I'd like to talk to you about those maybe in next week's program. It's something that I forgot to do this week. But they have like 100% for those. If you've looked on the main channel this week, I did post about the Bigelow Beach complex, which is called Bigelow Heights, and beautiful apartments, well furnished, beautifully located, and by the beach. So beautiful seaside location. Seaside locations are always far more expensive than inland locations, but these are quite reasonable, and you can pay off. You can pay off like 100%, or you can make a deposit and 50% deposit, or you can make a 30% deposit and pay off monthly. So they do have options, so you can actually spread the cost. So you only have to put down a 30% deposit, but I will do all the computations, all of the paperwork, all the figures and everything, and get back to you. And remember, they're beautifully furnished, absolutely beautifully furnished apartments. So please go onto the main channel and have a look. And remember to please subscribe to the channel and to like and to share. So yeah, I do have real estate. Of course, that's what BlaXit does. Yeah, we try and find that all-important location for you. So, who's this? Guarda9, I hope I said your name right. Guarda9 says, does rammed earth homes, are they more affordable to build in Gambia? I can have an architect come on and explain that to you, because I've heard that they are, but I haven't actually done one myself. So, but I have heard that they are. But who knows what additional cost that might be? Because you still have to coat them and to preserve them. But I have seen buildings made from them here. Yes. So I don't know the exact cost. You'd have to do a BOQ, which is a bill of quantity. okay, based on your design. So Denise, was that 1865? Yeah, it says hello. And Junior says greetings. Yeah, greetings to you, Junior. Yeah, thank you for joining BlaXit. I really appreciate you. I'm going to go through the rest of your comments and then we're going to close for today's discussion. But I think $2,500 is a liberty and I think it's too much and I don't appreciate the message that it sends. I am not in favor of it and I am in total disagreement of it. Okay, so Denise says, I'm in America, I'm 63 years old, and I can say that we blacks have never and will never be accepted in America. I came through segregation in the USA. Oh, I totally agree. I personally, of course, I have family in America. You know, I have family in America. And if you've been helping me, vote for my daughter in a NAACP awards. I did talk about it last week. Thank you for everybody that has voted for her. I will be putting it back up in the comment section today. So do watch the community page and please do vote for her. Okay, she's up against stiff competition. One of the people that she's up against has 10 million followers. And, Black Girl Gamers is a relatively smaller community, so she's up against it. So I would appreciate you. So my daughter actually lives in America. So I know a lot of people have actually said a lot of things about me, which have been completely inaccurate. In fact, there was one professor that I was very disappointed in when, he listened to false narrative about me and said stuff about America. Now, I did say I didn't really like America. Every time I've been there, it's not been the vibe for me. I didn't feel the vibe. I didn't feel welcome there. But I didn't feel the vibe in England either. I didn't like it there neither. But, my daughter lives in America. So there you have it. A lot of people don't know things about you and they make assumptions. So I've never or would, and I've got my cousins there, my family there, my aunts there, my uncles there. So yeah, my family lives there and are born there. Yeah, my daughter wasn't born there, obviously. But, this is the thing. People jump to conclusions and make assumptions about you, which are totally untrue. I just said I didn't feel very safe there. And I think a lot of people who actually live there don't feel very safe there. And especially with ICE at the moment, we were talking about someone in Minneapolis. We were talking about Fatima. Fatima, I hope you're well. And I'm sending my love and prayers out to you. I know that you're under pressure to live in there. You understand? You're under pressure living there. So she doesn't feel safe right now. Okay? So, thank you, Denise. And, come to Africa. I know, a lot of people say, oh, this, oh, that. But, yeah, there are hospitals here, too, as you can see, nearly everything that you have there, they have here now. So just choose the country of your choice, okay? But don't pay the $2,500. I'm telling everybody, don't pay it, because if we acquiesce and they'll continue with this, if we say no and it becomes a deterrent to them, then they won't be doing it and they'll probably withdraw it. Okay, and I think people should write to the government, and I personally will find out the right place to write to, and I'll share it, and let's all write emails of our disapproval. Okay, because unless they know that we disapprove of this, unless they understand that we are not happy about it, then they will continue along this line. And so this government needs to understand, no, we're not appreciating this. It's a kick in the teeth to us. It's an absolute kick in the teeth. It's a slap in the face. And it's a move in the wrong direction. An absolute move in the wrong direction. Absolutely unacceptable. Very disappointed I am. So I would like to say greetings to Babacar. Babacar is sending his regards, and he's in Amsterdam. Amsterdam must be real cold now. I remember when I went to Amsterdam for my birthday one year and it was snowing. I was like, no. Anyway. So Babacar, hello to you and greetings to you in Amsterdam, and I hope you're well. Okay, yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much. And thank you for your comments. Keep up the good work, and thank God. Thank you so much. and big up BlaXit family from one old school. Thank you, old school. Haven't seen you for a while. Welcome to BlaXit. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. Babaka says I'm absolutely right. So I'm glad that some people do agree with me. Yeah. And old school said power to the people. So power to the people. Right. Power to the people. Okay. So you're 100% African. Yes, 100% African. That's right. We are 100% African. We just need to tell them we don't need no DNA test. We're 100% African. All right? Stick your DNA test up your ass. I'm 100% African. Sorry, did I say ass? Didn't mean to say that. Bottom. Okay? We're 100% African. If we want to do a DNA test to find out exactly where we're from, that's different. That's our choice. It shouldn't be imposed upon us. Yeah, we should be seen as Africans automatically. Automatically. So Denise says that my family has actual documents of our members sold on auction blocks and wanted posters for our runaways and more. Yet we can't feel the warmth and welcoming arms saying, "Come back, child." It's about money. Very, very true. And with that evidence, why aren't you getting your reparations? You should be getting your reparations. And let me tell you something. That's the warmth that I felt when I came to Gambia that made me come here. Yeah, it was that welcome that I got. Yeah. I understand about what you're saying about the citizenship issue. I do understand, and that has been an issue for me, and it has been a great bone of contention for me, absolutely, because I don't understand why it's so hard, why they're making it so hard, and instead of making it easier, they're now adding even more requirements. It's just absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. So I don't think I'll be going to Ghana anytime soon. Okay, wow. Are you related to the Andrew Holness? That's powerful. Yes, yes. My great-grandmother is Eleanor Holness. Yes, my great-grandmother is Eleanor